Hello, everyone. Good evening. Wish you a very fantastic Sunday today. I hope your Sunday was, till now, it was a fantastic Sunday. Monsoon season in the country. So I'm sure you are enjoying the rains. Sometimes some distress that rains also bring along with them, right? So it's a mixed kind of feeling that you have during monsoon. But I'm sure you are enjoying the positive side of monsoon. So, friends, as usual, we are here once again this Sunday to talk on one more topic related to our career growth, how we can grow in career. Just to give you my background, I'm a IITD certified trainer and also an ICF certified coach. I basically love to work with young professionals, corporate executives, helping them to grow in the career through whatever way I can. One of the very recent update, I'm sure many of you are aware of that my book got published and it also became Amazon bestseller. So I'm talking about this particular book, 10x Your Focus to Achieve Career Success in a Competitive World. Um, I consider this particular book very relevant in the current scenario. The reason being, if you look at the world today, we have so much of distractions all around us. Our day starts by most of us checking news on our mobile phones, and that's how it ends also. During the day, there are so many things that we get exposed to, which keeps on disturbing us in our work, in our day to day work. In this, the new world of so much of information, so much of knowledge that is all around, sometimes for positive reasons, we get distracted. However, all of us, we have certain professions, certain work, whether we are working or we are in a particular business, something that we are after. And that something, whatever we are after, requires our attention if we want to get better results. And that's what called focus. So that's where I consider this particular book is very important, because in this book, I tried to share some of the practical ways on the basis of a thorough research that has been done on whatever work that happened in this particular area by some of the greatest experts. And gist of everything is provided in this particular book. Apart from that, I tried to keep this book very relevant to the corporate world by giving some good examples of how you can improve your focus in your day-to-day job life at work. What are the things you can do? What are the changes you can bring in your daily life, in your habits, which can help you to improve attention, improve focus? Apart from that, there are certain scientific tools that I have described in the book. Some of those scientific tools, if you want to apply, possibly you have to go to an expert. In the book, I provided this for your information, a little bit of detailed look into those scientific tools. However, in case you want to exercise those particular tools, you can approach an expert. Some of those things are related to activating your brain capability. So obviously, you need to go to an expert if you want to implement those initiatives. So, thank you very much for encouraging me by getting a copy of this book. And till now, the book is available on Amazon Prime. I know initially some of you who have ordered the book faced some challenges in getting the delivery. We had some issues from Amazon. Those issues are being taken care of by the publisher, and currently I believe that things are better. So in case you are interested, you want to place an order of the book, it's available on Amazon, and it's available under Amazon Prime, so it'll get delivered to you quickly. Well, that was um, something I wanted to share regarding the book, and obviously, we will continue with our regular process, which is to bring up one particular topic and have a discussion with all of you, so that that adds a little bit of value to your professional life. एंड दोस्तों, हम ये सेशन डुअल लैंग्वेज में करते हैं, सो ऑब्वियसली वी विल डू द एंटायर सेशन इन बोथ हिंदी एंड इंग्लिश. सो जैसे कि मैं आप सबको हमेशा रिक्वेस्ट करता हूं कि इन केस आपका कोई भी ओपिनियन है, कोई भी थॉट्स हैं, कोई एक्सपीरियंस है जो आप शेयर करना चाहते हो, यू कैन put it on the comment section. And since this is a live session, I will be able to show your comment directly on the screen. And in case you want to discuss, you want me to talk on any particular topic, you can also put that in the comment section specific to today's topic, or in case you have some suggestions that we should bring up new topics in future, you can also put that in the comment section. Thank you so much. So with that, we will start the session. Before हम लोग सेशन के अंदर जाते हैं, टॉपिक के ऊपर जाते हैं, दो तीन सवाल मैं आप लोगों को करूंगा. Why I ask these questions? So as to bring your mind to the topic, right? That's important. Directly अगर जाम करते हैं, I'm sure that you are doing so many other things today. You have your personal commitments, than your professional commitments. Obviously, I believe that will start from tomorrow, not from today. But yes, your mind is engrossed with so many thoughts. So let me bring you to the topic. And to bring you to the topic, the first question that I have, आपके लिए जो पहला सवाल मेरे तरफ से है, कभी आपने ऐसे टीम के साथ काम किया जो टीम आपको डिफिकल्ट लगता है, द टीम विच इज डिफिकल्ट? आई होप यू वोंट माइंड इफ आई हैव लिटिल बिट ऑफ सिप इनटू दिस ग्रीन टी. So the question is, have you ever worked in a difficult team? अगर शेयर करना चाहते हैं, then you can put it in the comment section. And the second question that I have for you is, have you ever felt that you could have performed better अगर आपको वो डिफिकल्ट टीम या जो भी टीम हो, टीम को हैंडल करना आता, फिर आप अपना जो एक्टिविटी है उसको आप बेहतर तरीके से कर सकते थे? कि आपको ऐसा कभी लगता है? Let me know in the comment section. Now, next question that I do have, with that question we'll directly jump to the topic. And the question is, what is a difficult team? Difficult team है क्या? हम लोग जो बात कर रहे हैं कि difficult team के बारे में, what is the meaning of difficult team? Now, whenever we talk about difficult team, there is a certain pattern of the team, and that pattern has got certain characteristics. उस पैटर्न में कुछ characteristics हैं जो आपको बताते हैं कि ये वाला particular team is a difficult team. Some of these characteristics, possibly one of the possible characteristic could be, there are frequent communication gap between between the members of the team. The communications are not clear. There is a gap in the communication. It might also happen that there are frequent conflicts in the team. आपस में लोग बहुत ज्यादा भिड़ जाते हैं. You know in what context लोग भिड़ जाते हैं, right? So that's the kind of a frequent conflict that is happening in the team. So that may be one of the characteristics of a difficult team. It might also happen that in the team, जो ट्रस्ट होना चाहिए था, वो ट्रस्ट की कमी है, एंड लोग एक दूसरे को उंगली दिखाते हैं, तुमने किया, मैंने नहीं किया, राइट? So that blame game that happens. So that can be another characteristics of this kind of a difficult team. And another characteristic could be the decisions are not mutually agreed. Somebody takes the decision on behalf of the entire team, किसी दूसरे के साथ डिस्कशन किए बगैर, right? And the last characteristics of this kind of team could be the performance capability of the team is lower than the sum total of the individual capability or the individual performance. So as a team, when they work, ideally the performance should be better, but in this kind of team, performance goes down. So If this type of characteristics are there, one or more than one characteristic, then we can consider that particular team as a difficult team. Well, ऐसे टीम में क्या आपने कभी काम किया है? uh, Talking about me, I had worked in the past in this kind of a team. I had to work. Uh, those days, my supervisor asked me to be a part of a team and deliver certain results. When I started working with the team, I found certain challenges. Now, let me take you way back. It's around I'll say around 19 years back. Yeah, around 18, 19 years back. When I was asked to work with a particular team uh, to deliver a certain result, I was very excited, very optimistic that with this 4 5 people we'll be able to deliver better result, because there are certain things that I know better, there are certain things that somebody else in the team knows better. So when we combine these capabilities, then obviously the total capability of the team should have been better. So that was my expectation. However, जब काम करना शुरू किया इस टीम के साथ, सुन कुछ दिक्कतों का सामना हुआ. दिक्कतों का सामना इस तरह से हुआ कि there were a few members in the team, they possibly didn't like me or somebody else in the team, and they started complaining about me to the boss, saying that इनके वजह से हमारा टीम का प्रोडक्टिविटी कम हो रहा है, ये ठीक से काम नहीं कर रहा है, हम लोग अकेले पूरा का पूरा एक्टिविटी संभाल रहे हैं, इनके तरफ से कोई सपोर्ट नहीं मिल रहा है, जबकि आई वाज गिविंग माय बेस्ट दैट आई कुड इन द प्रोसेस. So later on, I had a discussion with my boss, and then he asked me that what's happening, why are you not giving your 100%? I said that yes, I'm giving my 100%, and these are the things that I have done, 1 2 3 4 5 things over the last 1 and 2 weeks. So I think that I'm giving my best. But he said, okay, no, this team is telling me that you are not giving your best, and it's impacting the overall performance of the team. So that was a very difficult situation for me, because my boss was doubting my contribution to the entire project, wherein I personally felt that I was doing everything that I could to be a part of a winning team here. Anyway, the finally the project concluded, and when it was time to uh, acknowledge the performance by the project, somebody else in the team was selected as the best performer of the team. That's okay. I didn't have any problem with that. But the person who was selected as the best in the team literally was not the person who did his best in the team, who contributed his best. So that particular episode actually demotivated me, and uh, I was reluctant in the near future to be a part of any team because of that negative experience that I had in working with that particular team. What kind of negative experience? One is, I found it difficult to put forward what I think regarding certain decision makings. मेरे को मौका नहीं मिलता था मेरे जो अपने आइडियाज है उनको टेबल करने में. मुझे जब जब मैं अपना आइडिया टेबल नहीं कर पाता तो ऑब्वियसली देयर वाज नो क्वेश्चन ऑफ गेटिंग एन एप्रिसिएशन फॉर एन आइडिया दैट इज शेयर्ड. Decisions in the team were made without my presence, so that was very heartfelt. बहुत बुरा लग रहा था कि मेरे बिना डिसीजंस लिए जा रहे हैं जबकि मैं भी उस टीम का हिस्सा हूं. And at the very last, the contribution that I make was not appreciated because somebody in the team, few people in the team, didn't talk about my contribution. They talked about only their contribution. So that was experience that I had in working in a difficult team. आपको भी इस तरह का कुछ एक्सपीरियंस हुआ होगा तो आप मेरे साथ कमेंट्स में शेयर कर सकते हो. Now, friend, if I look at that, what makes the team difficult? It is possibly team is made of employees, people in the team, right? टीम as such खराब नहीं होते, उस टीम में जो बंदे होते हैं हो सकता है उसमें से एक दो बंदे थोड़ा निगेटिव हो, and that makes a team a difficult team. So that's why a team becomes difficult when one or more people in the team, they are difficult. So when we are talking about that, in this today's topic, we are going to share 5 ways to work in a difficult team, but at the same time become successful. So we will be talking about these difficult people in the team. इनके साथ किस तरह से काम करना चाहिए, इनको किस तरह से हैंडल करना चाहिए, so that आप उस टीम में रह के सक्सेसफुल हो सकते हो. नाउ ये वाला जो टॉपिक का जो हेडिंग है इसको मैं थोड़ा सा चेंज करूंगा. आई होप दैट इज ओके विथ ऑल ऑफ यू. So the way I will change this topic, instead of saying 5 ways, I'll talk about 5 strategies, and that strategy will be for success while you are working in a difficult team. Okay, I see there is a comment there from Mahendra. Yeah, it's because of different mindset and difference in opinions. Yes, you are right, exactly. So that's one of the reason why we have this kind of difficulty in working in few of the teams. कुछ कुछ टीम में काम करना बहुत मुश्किल होता है, and rightly put here by Mahendra saying that it's because of mindsets are different for different people, so that's why it makes it very difficult to work in this kind of teams. So we'll talk about these 5 strategies. So दोस्तों, सबसे पहला जो strategy आता है, the first strategy, when you are working in a difficult team और आप उस टीम में बदलाव लाना चाहते हो, so that आपका जो टारगेट है, what is your target? You want to be successful working in the team, right? वैसा तो दूसरा कोई टारगेट नहीं होता है टीम में. when you are working as a team, you want to make this team successful. जो भी प्रोजेक्ट के ऊपर आप काम कर रहे हो, उस प्रोजेक्ट को आप सक्सेसफुल करना चाहते हो. So the first thing that is important for you is to build trust, and then you need to encourage an open mindset in the team, right? Now ये building trust जब हम लोग बात करते हैं, how do you do it? That's the question. Say for example, आप एक सॉफ्टवेयर कंपनी में हो. सॉफ्टवेयर कंपनी में कुछ कुछ सॉफ्टवेयर कंपनी में वर्क फ्रॉम होम होता है, वर्क फ्रॉम रिमोट होता है, राइट? नॉट दैट एवरीबॉडी गोज टू द ऑफिस. एंड ऐसा सिचुएशन समझ लीजिए कि जहां पे आपको एक्चुअली रिमोट से काम करना है, मे बी फ्रॉम होम. सो देयर आर 4 people in the team or 5 people in the team, they are working from their home, so there is no physical meeting that's happening. So in that kind of a team atmosphere, it becomes very difficult to build the trust and also encourage an open communication. You might have experienced it whenever we have a video conferencing call among team members. Some people will be speaking a lot and some people will be keeping quiet. Have you observed? So in that situation, sometimes what happens, people who are a little bit go-getter, kind of little bit of people who shows aggression, they actually steal the show. So they only communicate, they don't allow others to communicate in that meeting, and that doesn't help building trust. So what can you do if you are in this kind of a situation, as the example that I have given? अगर आप कोई सॉफ्टवेयर कंपनी में काम करते हो और दूसरे टीम मेंबर्स अपने घर से लॉग इन कर रहे हैं, कोई मीटिंग कर रहे हो, then I think once or twice you should try to meet in person if it is possible. Sometimes if you are working in completely different stations, different cities, it may not be feasible. But if you are staying in the same city but still working from home, sometimes try to meet in person, because that helps building the trust. The second thing in this kind of a situation that you are supposed to do, if you cannot meet in person and if it is a video conferencing call that's happening, switch on your camera. When the person sees your face, it helps in building trust. जब आप वीडियो में बात करते हो, मीटिंग करते हो, और वीडियो नाम के वास्ते हैं, आप कैमरा ऑन नहीं करते हो, इट डजंट हेल्प बिल्डिंग ट्रस्ट. जैसे ही आप कैमरा ऑन करते हो, एक दूसरे का मुस्कुराता हुआ चेहरा दिख जाता है. बिलीव मी, दैट हेल्प्स इन बिल्डिंग ट्रस्ट. And what you can also do, you can allow communication from others as well in those kind of meetings. When you allow other people to communicate, slowly it builds an open communication culture. And that is one of the very important ingredient of creating a effective team, converting a difficult team to a productive team. So that is the first thing that you are supposed to do, is to build that trust and to create an open environment for communication. If you are the victim, then also I will suggest that you participate and encourage that open communication. If not happening, take support from your supervisor. So that way we go to the second strategy of how to work in a difficult team. And the second strategy is to have very clear cut roles and responsibilities. बहुत टाइम ऐसा देखा जाता है कि रोल्स एंड रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीज क्लियर नहीं होते हैं, जिसके चलते इट क्रिएट्स लैक इन कम्युनिकेशन एंड क्लैरिटी विद इन द टीम, और वो टीम का ओवरऑल परफॉर्मेंस को इम्पैक्ट करते हैं. नाउ समझ लीजिए कि आप ऐसे एक टीम में काम कर रहे हो. ईदर यू आर लीडिंग द टीम और यू आर ए पार्ट ऑफ द टीम. एक मान लीजिए एक मार्केटिंग टीम में आप काम करते हो, जिसमें योर टीम इज रिस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर ए न्यू प्रोडक्ट लॉन्च. नाउ इफ यू आर वर्किंग इन दिस टीम एंड देयर इज नो क्लियर goals, clear roles and responsibilities of the people, then I think the work will happen in a very haphazard manner. कोई ये करेगा, कोई वो करेगा, एक काम 2-3 लोग करने जाएंगे, एंड उसके चलते प्रोडक्टिव एक्टिविटी नहीं होगा. So what are the things that you can do? If I take this particular example, that you are responsible to work in a team which will be launching a new product in the market, so you're in a marketing team, possibly you can assign the roles and responsibilities, that one person will be responsible for ad designing, one person will be responsible for say writing a content, one person will be responsible for managing those social media related aspects, so on and so forth. So this way you can actually divide the responsibilities along with accountability, which may help to better manage the overall goal. So Yogesh ji, thank you for your comment. So Yogesh ji is saying, as far as objective is clear, differences can be resolved. Yeah, that's a very good point, perfect point that he has mentioned. So the objective of not only the entire team, but of the individual members of the team has to be crystal clear कि हमें मुझे ये करना है, आपको ये करना है, इनको ये करना है. Once that clarity is there, the possibility that a differences of opinion will happen, that will be very remote. So another comment, Yogesh ji is saying that frictions are good. Yes, obviously frictions are good. Very good point. We can talk deeper into that, right? Thank you so much for that particular comment. So friends, that's the second thing that we mentioned, is you need to establish a very clear roles and responsibilities. Again, when I'm talking about these particular strategies, you as an individual, you might be having two different possible roles here, either as a team member or as a team leader, depending on what is your role. If you are a team leader, you are supposed to take lead role in ensuring that you implement this kind of things. If you are a team member, you can put forward your ideas, you can voice out that this is what we should be doing if you see that as a gap. And if you see that others are not listening to you, then speak to your supervisor or speak to the team leader and give these ideas to him or her, right? We come to the third strategy. The third strategy talks about you need to encourage conflict resolution and at the same time also provide constructive feedback. दोस्तों ये बहुत ही important part है conflict resolution and constructive feedback. In a team, when you're working, please don't shy away from conflict, because conflicts will be there. I think that's what Yogeshji was also talking about, that frictions are good, because when a new product is manufactured, raw materials friction with each other, then only a new product is manufactured, right? So similarly, when you're working in a team, when there are differences of opinion, there are frictions, there are conflicts that are happening, those are good, provided those are happening up to a certain limit and in a controlled environment. So that's where you need to encourage the team members to to find out a resolution of the conflict that they are having, and also try to give constructive feedback. Now इसका हम लोग एक एग्जाम्पल ले सकते हैं. से मान लीजिए आपका प्रोडक्ट एंड सेल्स टीम के बीच हमेशा एक कॉन्फ्लिक्ट रहता है. से you know, how to get a better forecast from the market. So there is a marketing team who is responsible for designing new product, bringing it to the market, do the advertisements, etc. And this particular marketing team requires a feedback from the sales team to get the right kind of forecast कि मार्केट में कितना प्रोडक्ट आना चाहिए, कौन से सिटी में, कौन सा मार्केट में कितना प्रोडक्ट आना चाहिए, what is the forecast, how much the customers are asking for. Now इन दोनों में कॉन्फ्लिक्ट इसीलिए कि अरे यार तुम तो मतलब ठीक से काम नहीं करते हो. दैट मींस द सेल्स टीम इज टेलिंग द मार्केटिंग टीम, यू आर नॉट डूइंग एनफ प्रमोशन ऑफ आवर प्रोडक्ट्स इन द मार्केट, and the marketing team is saying you did not give me a proper proper forecast, that's why I could not able to do my job properly. So there's a conflict. Now both this team are together in launching a new product and making it successful in the market. So कैसे हो अगर ये दोनों मतलब अलग अलग जो डिपार्टमेंट से कॉन्फ्लिक्ट रहे आपस में, और एज ए टीम दे आर नॉट एबल टू वर्क. सो हाउ डू यू हैंडल इट? Okay, there is a comment. Madhu is saying, if a person is not ready to accept the resolution and goes on conflict mode, what strategy needs to be implemented? Well, that's the point we are talking about. Thank you for your question, Madhu. So here, conflict resolution. Now, this particular example that we have taken, what you can do if you're a team leader who is responsible for making this project successful, of bringing a new product in the market and gaining enough market share. Obviously, आपको इन दोनों टीम को साथ में लेके आना पड़ेगा. They cannot work in silos. You may conduct a session wherein both the teams comes together. They talk to them openly. दोनों आपस में openly बात करते हैं, अपना अपना जो चैलेंजेस हैं, इश्यूज है, जो कंसर्न्स हैं, एक दूसरे के सामने रेस करेंगे. मुझे ये तीनों चीज चाहिए जो मुझे नहीं मिल रहा है. सेम द अदर टीम आल्सो विल बी टेलिंग द subsequent team. Now in that particular discussion, open discussion, when it is happening, then both the teams can come to a particular consensus saying that चलो हम लोग ये चीजें करेंगे अगले एक हफ्ता, एक महीना, 2 महीने के अंदर to make our product successful in the market. And we will resolve any conflict that is happening by creating a certain forum wherein every week we will meet and we will talk about the conflicts, the issues that we are facing in the market, wherein differences of opinions are coming. And once that cadence is set, the level of tension will come down drastically, because people will know now there is a system, there is a process that is available for our conflict resolution. So you as a team can suggest this if you see that this kind of cadence is not built. You as a team leader can implement this, because this will go a long way जो conflict को resolve करने के लिए. And also try to give constructive feedback. कोई चीज अगर ठीक से नहीं हो रहा है उसको छुपाइए मत. Don't hide it, because that way you will not be doing good. You are actually going to do bad to the entire project. So give a constructive feedback that the decision that was taken last week, so and so, it did not work. So we have to change our strategy if we are going to win it in the market. So that's where this particular aspect is very important, friends. Now, coming to the fourth part of the strategy, fourth strategy talks about developing a collaborative decision making process. Now, इसका मतलब क्या होता है कि आप आपके टीम में जो भी डिसीजन लिए जाते हैं, दैट डिसीजन हैज टू बी टेकन और इन्वॉल्व्ड everybody in the team. Sometimes डिसीजन मेकिंग टीम लीडर को लेना पड़ सकता है ऐसे सिचुएशन में जब डिसीजन मेकिंग डिले हो रहा है. But in an ideal situation, what you should try to do as much as possible is to bring everyone to the decision making process. Now, say for example, ऐसा एक आपके टीम में you need to you want to implement a new software that will make your life easy. Now, in your project team, what kind of software will work best is being decided by only one person. Others are not consulted. Although this is a IT team which is working together, that means it is expected or assumed that everyone have got IT knowledge. However, the decision is taken by only one person who is having a little bit of loud voice in the team. होता है कोई कोई टीम में एक बंदे का voice बहुत loud होता है, उनका decision ही ले लिया जाता है. If that kind of a team is there, you have to ensure that you voice out your points very clearly and with proper justification that why you don't think that to be the best decision and there are other ways of doing things. As I said, if you are the team lead, not the decision maker, I'll not say the decision maker. Sometimes that goes into a negative context. If you are the team leader, this is your responsibility to ensure that you bring everyone in the decision making process so that everybody feels a sense of pride to work in the team. If you are a team member, voice it out with the team leader or to your supervisor that the decision should be taken by talking to everyone in the team. So that's where developing a collaborative decision making process is very, very important when you are trying to change a difficult team to a productive team. Coming to the fifth one, what is the fifth strategy that you should be doing? Yeah, so sometimes if things do not work the way आप चाहते हो, अगर चीजें उस तरह से नहीं हो रही है, तो कभी कभी आपको खुद एग्जाम्पल सेट करना पड़ेगा. किस तरह के एग्जाम्पल? इन ऑल द पॉइंट्स दैट वी डिस्कस्ड हियर, starting from the first wherein we talked about building trust and have an open communication, then we talked about set clear roles and responsibilities, then we talked about encourage conflict resolution, and then we talked about developing collaborative decision making process. ये सारे के सारे चीजें आपको खुद एग्जाम्पल बन के दूसरों को दिखाना पड़ेगा कि कैसे करना चाहिए. व्हाट इज द राइट बिहेवियर, हाउ टू शो द राइट बिहेवियर. यू शुड बिकम एन एग्जाम्पल. Just imagine if there are 5 members in a particular team and personal accountability sense wise there are 2 persons in the team who is leading by example all these right behaviors. Don't you think that is going to make a positive impact to the other 3 members in the team even though they were not showing the right behavior? Well, yes, I think so. If few people in the team also showing the right example of what should be the right behavior, there'll be some impact that it is going to make to the other team, and the probability that slowly and steadily they will also accept the right behavior will increase drastically. आप दुनिया भर के सबको चेंज नहीं कर सकते हो the way you want. You cannot make everyone in the world just the way you want. It's not possible. The only thing that is possible and in your hand is to change you, change me. I can only change myself. And as many people as we start taking that accountability and responsibility, that I am accountable for my own behavior and I'm going to change it, that behavior in a collective manner is going to impact the overall performance of the team. And that's what we want, right? That's why we are trying to make a productive team, a convert a difficult team to a productive team. Everyone should take that ownership. And you, being the first person who should be taking that ownership, don't look at here and there, right? You are the person who has to take the first ownership of that. So friends, these are the 5 strategies I wanted to share with you. Well, you might have thought that, "Arey, ye to mujhe malum tha." I know most of these things you are already aware of. You might have heard from somebody else, you might have read it in a book, you might have seen it in the Google, etc. But we are compiling everything, giving it to you in the form of a bouquet of strategies, tips, ways which you can use and apply it in your work, and thereby gain some sort of value addition in the way you perform. Whatever way you are performing, if there is 1% improvement in that way, I will consider that this particular effort is successful. Thank you so much for your presence today. And as I say always, my request is just go ahead and win the game, right? That's what you are here in life for. So friends, in case you find this particular talk useful, you find it of little bit of value, then go ahead and share it with your friends and colleagues and family members who might get benefited from whatever we discuss in this small forum, in this 4x6 small screen, right? Thank you so much for your presence. And okay, well, Deepak, you have a comment to make? Thank you so much for your presence too. So friends, with that, we come to the end of today's session. And next week, we will come with one more topic, which I'm sure is going to impact your career. So Manas is here. What should we do if negative email received from reporting manager? Wow. That's a interesting point that you brought in. If you receive a negative email from the reporting manager, what should you do? Well, whether a negative comment comes from anyone, whether it is your reporting boss or it is from your colleague, the term negative is the way we look at it. We as individuals, when we look at a particular communication, whether it is email, whether it is verbal communication, our mind reads it, scans it, and then tells us this is a negative communication or this is a positive communication. I'm sure certain communication which are uncomfortable to us, those kind of communication we normally consider as negative communication. And I believe in constructive feedback, not in making any negative remarks to somebody. So from that particular point of view, in case you receive this kind of a communication, there are certain things that you can do. Number one, if you don't agree to the comment that your manager has said, you should talk to your manager, speak it out, pick up the phone in whatever way you want to communicate. Talk to that person. Verbal communication is always better. Verbal communication helps in getting a better understanding of the tone of the other person. Sometimes certain communication, when we write in an email format or a written format, may not give the true picture of what exactly the person wants to communicate to you, but it is seen in a negative manner. So when you talk to the person, maybe you will realize that it was not that negative. It was a little bit of discomfort that was there in his or her feelings. The second thing you can do normally is, whenever you receive a very nasty email, nasty communication, depending on the seriousness of the issue, it might happen that something I might have missed for which my boss is updating me. Well, in that particular case, I need to action it. If I know it, I need to take quick action. In other words, if it is a unrelated negative communication, the immediate thing that you need to do is to ignore it, keep it aside. Don't look at it, don't think about it, because that's going to impact your entire day. That's not good for your emotional health, right? But When your mind is calm, then you look at that communication, try to understand the meaning of it. Not when your mind is not calm and you are angry. Because when your mind is not calm and you are in a bad mood, the way you retaliate, that may be very, very harmful and destructive for your career. So don't do that immediate retaliation, even though all your senses in the body are feeling like आज तो मैं दिखा दूंगा, आज तो मैं कुछ ना कुछ बोल ही दूंगा. So when that kind of a feeling comes, that is the time when you should actually check your emotions, come out of it, look at it later when you are in a calm mind, in a peaceful mind. I hope that helps. Thank you so much for asking that question. So, friends, with that, we come to the end of today's session, and next week we will come with one more topic which will be impacting your career. Right? Till the time, take care of your health, stay happy, and stay with family. Right? Thank you so much. Bye bye.